Hey everybody, Drake here.
Oh.
This is 2 hoodies and 3 cats. So Bone and I, we recorded a couple videos and we put them out the other day. We did Hi Ren by Ren.
Yes.
And we did
Clown World, maybe?
It was Tom MacDonald and it was The System.
Okay.
Those are the 2 tracks we did. We got quite a bit of response and a bunch of people were like, bring Bone back.
Bone's back.
Bone is back. So today we're gonna check out another Tom MacDonald track. This was suggested by one of the subscribers or one of the people that commented on the other Tom MacDonald track. Her tag is Cheryl Hendricks with a number, and I don't know what number it was, but it's Cheryl Hendricks. So Cheryl, if you're watching this, we're doing Brainwashed because you suggested Bone reacted Brainwashed. Now I've seen this, and I am quite aware of this track and what it's about. And I'm just going to tell you that we're just going to listen to it.
All right, let's check it out.
And with I'm just going to say it. It goes without saying. If when we get somewhere and you want to hear something again or you want to talk about something you heard, just say, whoa, back that up or stop that for a second. Gotcha. And again, if you're new to the channel, please hit like, please hit subscribe. And if you've been here from the beginning, just want to thank you so much. We're closing in on 500 subscribers, and it's pretty cool. I'm thinking at some point if we get this down to, we're having fun so far. So, we might try to do a live in the coming weeks. We'll play that by ear though. Yeah. All right, and this is Tom MacDonald, Brainwashed.
The country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every...
That's an interesting point. Because pharmaceuticals, there's no cure. It's always just...
Yeah, in fact, I'll let him finish that little spot.
Patient that gets cured is a customer lost. Yeah. Patient that gets cured is a customer lost, and big.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
Man, he said we're 38 seconds in, and he said a ton there.
He does.
And some of the topics that he brings up, if he was not fully independent, I don't think he could actually use the topics.
It's amazing that in the climate that we're in today, I believe that's a true statement. Because 20 years ago, I mean, nobody was even paying attention. I mean, before the PMRC, nobody was paying attention to lyrics. And now it's like anybody who speaks the truth seems like they're...
And it's funny as today, unless you're over a certain age, nobody even knows what the PMRC is. Nobody has a clue.
I believe it was the...
Parental Resource...
Media Resource Center.
Yeah, something like that. Music or media.
It was run by Tipper Gore.
Tipper Gore, Al Gore's wife. And it was a group of...
concerned parents, I guess you could say, from back then.
It was senators' wives in Washington that decided that they should protect youth from things that were coming out from musicians, especially from rock and rap.
Yeah,
and some of the more controversial... you would look at... It's funny how some things are controversial, but why are they controversial? Because certain people don't agree with what's being said.
Well, I think it's interesting is that in the 80s, they had a rash of, things going on with children that they couldn't understand.
Right.
And it's more mental health based than, because, for example, there was that boy who shot himself in the face because of the Judas Priest song. They said, and then
the Suicide
Solution, which if you look at the lyrics
Osbourne.
of that song, it's an anti-alcohol abuse song.
It's an alcohol abuse song, yeah. What's really strange is when you look at that whole topic, the vast majority of the answer that the world has come up with, or at least the country has come up with from the last 20, 30 years is medicate.
Yeah.
Medicate them. We don't know how to deal with it. We'll just medicate you and just keep you medicated and just that, then you'll be really adjusted just fine. But it just masks the issues and never adjusts the issues. And that's some of what Tom touches on this stuff in multiple tracks. It's pretty amazing how certain things you can't say in public anymore.
Right.
And he's like, well, why? And he, in one of his tracks, he talks about the fact that, this generation grew up watching South Park, but they're offended by the slightest little thing. But they all grew up watching South Park, and they laughed at it. But now,
I wonder if
everything offends everybody.
If they actually watch it, or if it's just holdovers from our generation.
It's probably a little bit of
both.
Maybe
the whatever percentage of people who just aren't offended by this stuff.
Yeah. But in the beginning of that, he's talking about, the one thing that I really liked in this beginning of this song is when he's talking about, he's like, we don't need to defund police. What we need to do, and we don't need masks. What we need is duct tape over their mouths of these clowns in the media.
That's true. Is this post-pandemic, this song?
This is after the pandemic.
Okay, because it would have been really interesting if it was prior.
No, this is during
Tom
or
MacDonald,
after.
the prophet.
Yeah, during or after. So let's keep going. I backed it up a little bit.
Busters duct tape on their mouths, don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe, cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun? White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all
I like that. I just wonder what would have taken place had he been around when we were younger, because nobody was saying this kind of stuff.
No one.
When we were
no one.
Up. It was peppered in there, like Perry Farrell, the gang, and the government are no different.
Yeah, 1%.
Yeah,
by Jane's Addiction, and you had certain groups. I remember when Rage Against the Machine first came out, I was like really enamored by them, and the more I got into them, I was like, all right, they're cool. And they were so here and then gone. And System of a Down, they have some really interesting songs targeting the system and control factors and how the capitalist system, they've done through education and certain college setups lately, they've tried to make capitalism look like it's bad.
Yeah.
And through education, and the education system in the country is put things in a certain direction that's really created a whole new slew of problems that we could spend hours talking about. But System of a Down, that band goes and targets all of this stuff, and it's done subtly, but in their videos and their music is really interesting. Have you ever listened to them?
I have heard a few of their songs. I thought that they reminded me a lot of Mr. Bungle as far as the influences and the wide range, the wide palette. But I can't say that I ever really listened to them. But I would like. I mean, if you want, we could check some out.
I might. We will definitely do a couple of their tracks at some point, because that's in that whole trying to wake up society as to what the powers that be and the people that pull the strings behind the scenes have actually done. But no one's really aware of. And it's interesting how he's like the world's brainwashed because they can manipulate. They manipulate the masses, whether it's left or right or black or white or whatever, to a frenzy against each other.
Yeah.
And there's only a handful of people that sit in the background going, why is everybody acting crazy like this? And he's even says it like here, he's like that, like in that last part right there where he's talking about they're trying to like make white people think that they're privileged and black people think that they're less because of the white people. So it keeps those two groups constantly at each other's edge. So they have a problem with each other and not with the people that are pushing them into that situation.
You know what's amazing about that is that I don't see a lot of conflict between actual black people and white people.
No.
I see
most
a lot
of
of
the people you
conflict
meet.
White people directed at other white people.
And black people directed at other black people.
Yeah, and more so the so-called races being caught in the middle.
Yeah.
But still, it's like they lie to us, and then they lie to us about lying to us. It's an amazing cycle.
It just keeps piling on. This track is about to get to a point where he's going to put some stuff out that I wanted to stop it here. Because the last part of this, when he gets this, he's going to go into this little whole deal that's pretty amazing.
Maybe someone could answer this for me, because I'm trying not to watch this stuff so we can give genuine reactions. Does he perform live? Are there live videos? Because
yes, he's got live concert footage.
Yeah, I'd like to do some of that and see what he sounds like live.
A lot of it's club based. I haven't found a lot of other stuff.
I mean, even if he's using backing tracks, live is live. He's got to perform his vocals.
Yeah, he does. Him and Nova both do backing tracks.
Oh, nice.
At some point, I've got to give you a Nova introduction. So we'll keep going here. I don't think I did, but we'll just go to there. There we go.
Never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb. Not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us because we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us.
That's pretty interesting. I think what's amazing about that is if you look at these steps that they take, I think that because so many people don't pay attention to the news, that's why Hollywood is trying so hard to push these agendas. And it's not that effective because the people that they're trying to reach or trying to convince of these ideas, they're the ones who consume the media.
Oh, totally. 100%.
And so it's backfiring.
Right.
And so the people that they're trying to reach, they don't care.
Yeah, it's especially today. I don't have a TV service.
No.
I don't have like a streaming service. I get my news from a couple sources, and I might pick up some stuff from different places online or the feed on my home page on my computer. But I'm not like, it's not like before. It's not like 20 years ago when you would come home and turn on the TV and you'd have 3 or 4, whichever of the 3 or 4 networks, Fox, CNBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, one of those, and you'd have your guy that you'd watch, whatever it was, whoever it was that you watched at that point. Today, most people are so tuned out of basic news. They're so sick of what is on and going on there that nobody even checks in. You find out through other means, and like whatever social media app you have on your phone, it pops more news up than you're going to get on a TV anyway.
Yeah, I think the school indoctrination, I think, is much more effective because I don't know what the percentages is. I'm sure it's over 80% of people go through the public school system.
Oh,
that's why I think
more than that.
That's how it's become so effective, especially in the colleges, this stuff's been going on for 40 years.
Yep. And they've talked about the fact they need education reform. They need to get education out of the federal government and get it back on the state level. It was never supposed to be there.
Yeah, I agree.
And that goes back to education. Most of the people in the country can't even tell you what the federal government's mandate is actually supposed to do and what it's not supposed to do, and how they've legislated themselves into all kinds of things they were never supposed to be involved in.
True.
And we could do a whole podcast on that. So, what do you think of that list?
It's pretty cool. I mean, for a song, and you're trying to be creative. It is very creative what he's doing, but I think there's more to it. But I mean, it can't cover everything, especially lyrically. Trying to fit certain concepts, it's difficult.
It's only so much you can do.
Right, but he's doing a great job. It's a great song.
I'm gonna back that up a little bit, and then we'll end this track.
The news every night, step 9. When people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us, 'cause we're ready to fight. Trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
That's another thing with the videos. Him and Nova, the video work, she pretty much lays out the video work, and the video work is just top notch.
No, it is.
Like unbelievably top notch.
This is the great. I mean, the way they did this video, it's just a wall of TVs. I'm sure, getting some of these things, the props or videos, is very expensive. It's a simple concept. It works. The newspaper's on the floor. A stack of TVs. He's turning them off towards the end of the song.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because Nova has 2 channels. One's Nova Rockefeller and one's not Nova Rockefeller. And on the not Nova Rockefeller's deal, she'll do some Twitch stuff with gaming stuff, and she'll post some videos there. And she'll actually she'll bring Tom in, and they'll react to their videos, and she'll talk about behind-the-scenes stuff, and they'll show some behind-the-scene clips. Like Tom and Adam did a song recently about America that came out back in the summer. And,
Adam Calhoun.
Adam Calhoun, yeah. And they're riding on a tank. They're on top of a tank, riding around for the video. And
was it an Abrams or what?
No, it's an actual tank. And they used it. And there's one scene where they're joking about it, and Tom's talking, and Adam's like saying, "Yeah, I'm bouncing around. I almost fell off this tank. Tom had to pull me back." He's like, "We were jumping around trying to do this," but. The video, all the stuff, the video work and the locations they pick, and they use a lot of green screen, and some of the stuff they do in their house, I'll
tell you, the videos that I've seen, if they're using green screen, I haven't seen it. I could like to consider myself someone who can spot that. I haven't noticed it. I'll be on the lookout for it. But I tell you, it's impressive having done video work and music production.
Oh, I know.
Doing them both full time, she's an amazing individual.
So... there are a couple videos I'm going to show you just because I want you to see the video work. And then we'll talk about the video work, because the video work is a whole nother aspect of this.
Yeah.
That just goes... a lot of people watch it and they're like, oh, that's great. The video looks great. But it gets just overlooked big time because some of the tracks that they do in the videography is just mind-blowing. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this one, guys. This is Drake and Bone. 2 hoodies, 3 cats. Thanks for being here. Hangover Gang, thanks for being here. Suggest some more tracks for Bone to check out. I had somebody drop and say we should start with Dear Rappers. I don't know if he's ever seen it. It would be a whole nother conversation that would go on. It would be a pretty great conversation. And then we're probably going to do Ashes as well, because it's been suggested, and Bones likes rock and roll guitars. So
not exclusively.
No, but yeah. So anyway, we're getting out of here now. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.
Peace out.